Okay, great. Well, good to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. Thank you for receiving us and
Yeah, no,
having
it's
the,
very exciting. Congratulations on everything. This must be a fun season for you.
yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
So we're finding you back in Portugal, correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
in Lisbon.
very nice, very nice. Um, Talk about this whole experience and how amazing this must have been, how this began, first of all. Who contacted you to be part of this project, the film we're
Um,
talking about?
the director of the casting contacted me by mail and my team and in the beginning I was like excited and also surprised. I don't know exactly what they expecting of me, of a fado singer in general, or what they were looking for. And so I had this meeting with Yorgos, um, and we just realized. I just realized that he was into each detail and every single detail about the film. And this particular scene, he was looking for and researching about who's gonna be the person to do it, and and he asked me to suggest some songs and some ideas of what should be there in that scene. He was looking for something in minor tone and very, I think, a bit dramatic and nostalgic, as Fado it is already. So we had it anyway.
Uh-huh.
um, and I suggest more or less the most umbilical melody and who that is Fado menor, that is like a composition in public domain without composer. There's no composer on it, and actually doesn't have melody anyway. So the interpret does the melody live with the poem. So and also I gave these options of poems, and one was it's a lyrics that I wrote myself to this Fado, because the Fado has this incredible plasticity of we can change the lyrics from the music, so we can say different pitches and different themes in
Hmm.
the same melody, and it's incredible, more or less like folk. Sometimes it happens too in the American folk, and we have a lot of blues and folk ambient. So we can compare with the blues and folk uh, American
Hmm.
music. And actually also I suggest that the Portuguese guitar should be present there, not only by the sound and also the visual effect, because it's an icon of the genre. Um, and yes, in this point was we were agree. He chose these melodies and this lyrics. The lyrics also match a bit with this also surrealistic mood of the movie, because it's a song with 200 years old, and the lyrics that I wrote like last year
Okay,
or
yeah.
a year before. So that there's this transversality of the time in one song, and I think that is also symbolic to and representative of the film.
Is that a
About
joy with your music in general, being able to do that? Because I would think that comes into play with a lot of your music as well, that juxtaposition of the tradition with taking it new directions for yourself, for your audience.
Mhm. Yeah, and I do it practicing uh, from inside of the genre. You see, it's there's some characteristics and like different pieces, and we can match and do different compositions with the same pieces, and that is incredible, because you can feel free in some rules, and there's some rules that open more the possibilities than when you are completely free. I don't know if you see what I mean. Like, if you have all the options, sometimes it's more oppressive
Hmm.
than if you have some to choose, and you can go in the different ways. What I think that Fado is a language. I don't know what I started first, if it was singing Fado or speaking Portuguese. because was it at exactly the same time. My mother's a singer, and I just had this incredible ambient at my house of music and fado musicality. So fado is the more or less the brush of the painter. It's not the piece in the end. It's the language with I can express myself, but the speech and the theme I have to look for in my own life and in my generation, in my influences. So everything contamine or can change every day the way I think and the things I want to say and to sing. So Fado give me this option, give this opportunity to sing something that it's my language from every time, of like an arm of mine, but at the same time to be myself and to speak about what I'm passing through, what are my thoughts today. It's not the same thing that I'm thinking yesterday. So I'm always changing, and I think that is the most exciting thing in Fado for me, and that's why maybe we can hear some details that change, because in the middle of the practicing, if you practice some artisania, something that is artisanal, you can find sometimes little opportunities, little holes that you can go and try to experimental different things with the same sense, with the same. So the Portuguese guitar it's a beautiful story, because Jorgus said, okay, the Portuguese guitar is great, so who's gonna play? And I said, I don't know. And he has, I don't want to be a man to play the guitar, maybe because of all the story behind the movie. And he said, why don't you play the guitar? Maybe he thought it was obvious that I'm playing the Portuguese guitar, because Portuguese guitar is not the same instrument of a classic guitar. I play the classic guitar and the piano to compose, but anyway, I don't play actually to play to myself. But I didn't say that I never played the guitar before. I just said, give me 1 week so I can say to you if I'm gonna play or not. And I was practicing the guitar. I was having some lessons of my guitar player, and it's just a song with 2 chords, okay? But anyway, don't say anybody. And I tried so much to do this song in the Portuguese guitar, and in the end of the week I said, okay, I'm able to do it. I will play. I had some more weeks and months to practice anyway, and that's what it is, and it was beautiful. And
it was, yeah. What was the actual time like for you on set making this film? Put into words what that first day was like. I don't know how many days it took you to shoot your scenes, but what was that experience actually like?
The scene was 1 day, but I had 8 days on the set, doing like makeup tests, hair tests, and the wardrobe tests and everything. It was an incredible experience, because all the team, the team, and all the production team was so incredible and efficient and big, and that's so many details, and Yorgos is watching every single detail of everybody, of every character and every person and thing, detail on the set. And that's why it's when you get to the set, you see a big city, and I saw Lisbon, but not actually Lisbon, and I was confused, and it was great to see that this is a vision, but there's some details that is straight to the point, you see, and they get it. For me, for my eyes, it's not they get it like who am I, but you see, you understand. And also some surrealistical interpretations of what a city with this energy is, should be. And also a huge set. It's a huge set with a lot of buildings and persons and animals and flowers and real food and I don't know. It was fascinating to see all of that moving and doing it like a dance, even if the shooting is just with a one cam. You see, it's I don't know if he used more cams, but when I saw, it was just one camera shooting the scene, every scene I saw, and but all the city moves and everybody's representing
Mhm.
their character,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
beautiful. And my scene was live on set. We just had 3 rehearsals because Yorgos does every time, every scene, he does 2 3 rehearsals of the scene and then he shoot. And the shoot was just one shot, and was live on set and was very intense and very magical. Did you see the film? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So I think that energy that you see in the
for sure.
scene, it was exactly what we experimental, what we lived there.
No, how wonderful. Yeah, yeah.
It was
No, that's great.
beautiful.
What was it
And
like
I
for you
think
to see Emma doing her thing for the first time? How surprising was that to see her in character, being that character for you? What was your initial take?
was amazing to see the final result of everything I saw
Yeah,
in pieces, because I was also in different sets in London in the house of Willem Dafoe, and was
sure.
but was not, they were not shooting anymore, so
Right.
was everything was ruined, and I was like trying to figure it out, what is gonna be the movie. I didn't know what the movie was exactly, and when I saw, I was amazed by that spontaneous and at the same time build character, because it's so should be so difficult to do it, so awkward, and not awkward, but different kind of personality and acting person, that at the same time expresses, she expressed so much uh, intuitivity and how I said, como é que disse, spontaneous
Yeah.
uh, spontaneous reactions,
Hmm.
and and I interpreted that my scene should be I don't know, it was just my interpretation, but I think maybe my scene is the change, the point when the character change
Hmm.
and sees the world more or less like it is, like the pain in the world, and she discover more or less the suffer, or something that she never experimented before, and the father with his dramatical energy and made her realize that the world was not just pastel de nata uh, and joy. I don't know.
I love the way I've seen the video of you performing in New York, and I love the way she's looking at you with such admiration
She's so
there
sweet.
on the balcony, I think, right? And you playing beautifully. It must have been a wonderful moment for you to share that with everybody that
Yeah,
night.
and it was very also spontaneous, and because of her, because she's like that. She's very simple and spontaneous and generous. So I said, why don't we play we do something with the guitar? And she said, wow, let's do a surprise to all the cast, because that moment was very special for them. It was the first time the cast were all together and all the team
Mhm.
after the strike, and was the first time they celebrate actually the film, and the premiere was lived with a lot of energy and joy and simplicity and familiarity. You see, everybody was very to celebrate that
Yeah.
moment, and was beautiful to be part of it. And I'm very honored and thankful to all the team and Yorgos and Emma, because was experience I never forget.
How excited are you for what this movie, this participation has meant for fado music in general? It's always great to have it reach a wider audience, right? Have you felt that because of this film? you're obviously already extremely successful and doing just fine, but to have more eyeballs and more ears listening to Fado music must be exciting.
Yes, because Fado is a very intimate genre and very intricate. So, and Portugal also is a small country, and everything is that put it like matryoshkas, you know, like the that dolls that we put it inside. And I think the Portuguese language and the music in Portuguese in the fado music was very representative for me to be there, not because just me, but also the Portuguese music and also the Portuguese language that is speaking all over the world. There's a lot of countries speaking Portuguese language,
Mhm.
and even if I felt, of course, a lot of reactions about the film, but we you see that the film is the film, and the fans of the film like the film, and some of the fans go further, and some of the fans just be delighted to be, oh, it was beautiful, and we never know who's gonna keep
Sure.
and follow the tips and the but the thing is this is symbolic for me, and I think for the Portuguese for Portugal. This is symbolic that such a great director and the biggest production we know, Hollywood, um, choose Lisbon and choose the Portuguese language to be there and to to be a character. Actually, was not me the character. I think Fado was the character,
Hmm.
and Fado transformed her in some way. I don't know. Somehow, that song
Sure.
like went to her ears and
Very
made
important.
a
Yeah.
metamorphose in her, and that is symbolic and beautiful. And I'm very honored.
What does the Oscar attention mean to you and to everyone involved in this music? How special is that now, sharing that during award season?
I'm actually not nominated
Well, no,
myself.
I know. Yes, I know.
It is the score, and I
Yes,
think
but you're part of you're certainly part of that world and part of that family.
I'm part of that. I'm very honored for all the team and everybody, and I think it's it's such a great I don't know way to feel um, to feel thankful for what we do, what we did, and people will know and will look for more of the songs. I mean, in the soundtrack, and the soundtrack is playing a lot, and all the compositions and the score is so great. I'm so honored to be side of this incredible composer. And yes, the song actually was not in the score. Of course, it's not in the score, but it's not able to be nominated for many reasons, but also because it's also public domain. So I
Yeah,
already knew that was a choice, was not predicted. You see, I never predicted to, because if I did, maybe I wrote some songs. I write my own songs all the time. So it was, I think, was the right thing to the movie, and what my intuition was. And as an artist, I think I have to be um, uh, loyal to my heart and what I am gonna propose to this challenge.
yeah, but your
So I'm
work is
very
also
honored.
part of the Best Picture nomination. Your work, you can say, is part of
Yes,
Emma's nomination. I mean, it's an integral part of the film, so that's all
yeah,
very real.
yeah, I'm very honored. I'm very. It's so special. I think in the end, I never, I never expect this reaction because I was not. My mind was not there. And
Sure.
when I saw everything of happening when the Golden Lion came, was the first big prize, and the first presentation of the movie was like, already so great that I said, "Wow, this is gonna be so big." I was not expecting this.
This is in Venice, right?
It was in Venice.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I just want to congrat Yorgos and Emma and all the cast like Mark Ruffalo and Willem Dafoe, Rami. They are so bright and so special that I'm very honored to be part of with him.
How excited are you for what's next for 2024 with new music, with an album, with touring? What can we expect?
I'm very excited. I'm doing more music now. I'm at the studio doing a lot of songs and trying to do experimental experiences in the studio to make further these things in the sound that I achieved and that I was exploring. I want to make it further.
Mhm.
I don't know exactly how. And also, the American music is inspiring me a lot. Folk music, in fact, is inspiring me a lot because all those pieces of Bob Dylan and all the artists around him, because he's great. He's
Exciting.
one of my favorite artists in the
Sure.
world. But there's a lot of similarities with Fado. Fado has a lot of this of stories. Is a storytelling, but the sound, and sometimes you repeat. You see that the songs seem a bit the same, and but in the end is not, because that detail and that is what I'm excited to do it. So this year is also of touring. I will be now in Europe in the beginning of the month of the year, and then in September I will be in Brazil. In October, Japan, a big tour in Japan, and then United States in November. And I'm very excited.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll be in New York, in Los Angeles, in Chicago, in Boston, and many
Exciting.
places.
So we'll see you then. If not before then, we'll see you then when you come back out here.
Hey, please join us. I would love to present my concert
Very
to
good.
everybody.
Very good. Any chance of seeing you at the Oscars on the carpet? You coming out in a few weeks?
I don't know. I don't know. I have a lot of things in the way, and also there's many people to go to the Oscars, you know. So let's see. Maybe we can join us there too.
Very good. Very good. Well, congrats on everything. You're a beautiful artist and such amazing work, and really enjoyed
Thank you
talking
so
to you.
much. It was
Yeah.
amazing to talk to you too. Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Have a wonderful. We'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.